93.3 KZOZ FM San Luis Obispo. The home of Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
They have no chemistry at all.
Jeff and Jeremy here with Dumbass of the Day, brought to you by Peterson's U-Cart. Spring is in the air, and so are all the great prices for your gardening and landscape needs over there at Peterson's U-Cart. They're in A-Town on Gusta Road. Check out top-of-the-line garden soil, compost, walk-on bark, gravel, rock boulders. Have you other stuff, too.
Are you going to lay down any, dirt or anything with this seed that you got? I know you got a seed dirt mixture.
It's a mulch seed mixture, so no. I probably won't need it for my project.
It would not hurt you to go get some of their Harvest Blend compost, because that stuff makes grass grow like crazy. Okay. I'm just saying that they've got the Harvest Blend compost there, and it's like crack for grass seeds. Like, it makes them grow.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
No, supplement a little bit.
When you live in the 5 cities, you live on top of a sand dune.
Yeah, and then who knows what that stuff you're getting from Costco's like, you know. I mean, we always say, if you want to be a dumbass, buy your landscape supplies at a big box store. I mean, you went to the big box store.
And I only had to buy one, though. That was the weird thing. I had to buy 12. Peterson's U-Cart. Check them out online. Go to peterson.cart.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
Since I got out of high school, I've been to 32 weddings. That's like 17 and a half miles of electric slide, folks. That is... I'm getting good. It's amazing, though, because after 32 weddings, I'm the only single guy left out of all of my friends. It's me. I'm the last man standing. It's like my buddies and I were in a war movie where we're storming a beach with machine gun nests, only instead of bullets, they're shooting rings. And I just had to watch them go down like... Get down! No! You've only known her a month!
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
So, this is interesting. This guy's being seen as a labor hero in Taiwan. In Taiwan, there is a law, a federal law in Taiwan. If you get married, you get 8 days off.
Really?
Yeah. So,
pretty nice little law.
You get paid leave.
Unless you own a company.
Paid leave of 8 days when you get married.
I'd only hire married people.
That is so you can go on your honeymoon.
Oh, okay.
Now, people that have already been married, well, this is where you would get exposed by the loophole. This guy got married. At the end of the 8 days, got a divorce. Then got married on the 9th day, and then got 8 more days off. And then got a divorce on the end of the 16th day or 17th day. And then
they would find other reasons to cut you loose if you did this, though.
No, because get this, it is a federal law. He did it 4 times. He got a 37-day honeymoon.
37 paid days off?
Yes. Got married 4 times, got divorced 3 times.
Wow.
Same lady.
A month, a week, a month and a week, that's crazy. Yeah. That's awesome. What a clever son of a bitch.
He enjoyed his paid 8-day leave. At the end of it, he divorced his wife, then remarried her to get another stretch of paid leave. He did this until his employer caught on what the hell he was doing. He's a banker. And then they refused to pay him. So he complained to the Labor Bureau, and they sided with him because it is a law. It's a loophole in the law saying that the employer violated the law. They even forced the bank to pay a fine for violating the law. While the employer...
I don't blame his employer. I'd be like, oh, whatever.
The Labor Bureau and most people around the country agree what the man did was unethical. They agree that he did not break any law, so he gets to keep his job after exposing a loophole in it that gave him a month off of paid leave. I mean, this guy should be promoted to HR, right? I mean, he knows the ins and outs of the law.
So he gets married. He goes on his honeymoon for 8 days. On the 9th day...
He gets a divorce.
He gets a divorce.
No, he gets a divorce on the 8th day.
So on the 9th
day,
he
gets married on the 8th day.
So do you get your wedding off too then? your wedding day off too?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get another 8 days, and then he just keeps doing it.
Keep rolling it over, and there's a way you could probably use weekends in there.
What did he find? 4 different women that would marry him? And
no, same lady. He just divorced her and married her.
Isn't there a price to pay for that? Isn't there? I
don't know. It's Taiwan. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. In this country, you have to get a marriage license.
Marriage license, yeah.
Did you pay for that? I don't remember if we paid for that.
Yeah, there
or not.
was, and there was a rigmarole having to go down to the courthouse and all that.
Sign
stuff.
it. I remember doing that.
I wouldn't go through that.
Divorce is probably the same situation, just a different piece of paper. Wow.
Ended up getting paid for 32 days in which he did not work.
Yeah, I mean, look at the company, I mean, this is a law, and then they fined him. Or, I'm sorry, they wouldn't pay him, so then they got fined.
He's the first person to ever do this in Taiwan. Everybody else has just gone by with the 8 days. He said, wait a minute.
Who does this?
This guy.
This guy he's one of those guys just to do something to see if he can get away with it.
I wonder,
Hey, I know it'll be fun. Let's get married, divorce, married, divorce. Married, divorce, married, divorce, married.
Take a year off.
Well, my question is he married now or divorced?
He's married. Because he got married 4 times, divorced 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, can't keep track if we're married or divorced, can you? Aha, looks like I got you. Talking to his wife. Interesting.
So, congratulations to, I guess, the infrastructure of labor in Taiwan and the company.
Well, I'd say the company for not paying, and then now they have to pay a
allowing
fine
for this. I know. Not only do they have to pay for 32 days of zero productivity, but they also have to pay a fine on top of that because
if you're in charge of the labor industry in Taiwan and this happens and they come to you like, all right, well, what's the allowance of marriages? Is it just once or twice?
Rewrite the law. This law needs to be rewritten. You
can get married as many times as you want, divorced as many times as you want, as long as it doesn't fall within a 30-day period or a 90-day period. That way, you can get married, have 8 days off, then have to wait 90 days before you can get married again.
Well, I got to think there's going to be a ton of divorces over there now, and then you just be like, hey,
you want to go on vacation? Let's get a divorce.
Yeah, let's get a divorce. We'll get a divorce, then we'll get married again. Then we get an 8-day vacation, paid leave. It's going to probably change their vacation policies at many corporations in Taiwan. Write your laws better, man. Come on. Write your policy a little bit better. Congratulations, you Jeff and Jeremy.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We load, U-Cart, you save.
Jeff and Jeremy here online at KZOZ.com. I saw this story late last week and then it kind of caught up with a little bit more of it over the weekend. This guy was hiking in the Los Angeles National Forest area north of L.A. when he became disoriented and lost and he didn't know how to get out. And so he ended up having to spend the night in the woods. The next day, he tried to climb to the highest peak that he could find to get cell service. And by that time, he was able to send a picture that he had taken of where he was at to a roommate. And then his phone died. He wasn't even sure if the picture made it or not. As soon as he hit send, shortly thereafter send, the phone went dead.
Was he able to type a message, this is where I'm at? Or
he didn't know where he was at. He was disoriented.
I know.
He couldn't get out. All he wanted to do was try to take a picture of something where he was at, send it to somebody, hoping that they would be able to come find him.
How weird would that be if I just sent you a picture of a wooded area?
Right.
And then no context, no nothing, anything like that. What would you think?
I would be really excited. I'd be like, okay, we're going to find him.
You would?
I like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'd be like, why is Jeremy sending a picture of nature? Maybe I'll talk to him about it on Monday morning.
If you're going to go out in the woods and go hiking, you should have a GPS personal locator device on you. You can buy them on Amazon. They're GPS. You don't need a cell phone service signal for this.
Isn't that on your phone?
I don't know, because your phone has GPS, right?
Mm-hmm. But if you're not able to access the software at times, then it can't tell you where you're.
Some are waterproof, some are not, but you can hit the button. It'll send a GPS locator
How much does
beacon
this thing cost?
pin where you're at. Anywhere, I've seen them from about $200 to $500.
Oh, God.
Well, how much is your life worth? I mean, if you're somebody who goes out by yourself, You get hurt. Let's say you fall down, you break a leg.
They
You're
should
done.
give you a complimentary one with the
You're done.
helicopter subscription.
I'm just thinking.
Because then it just makes their job easier, right? I mean, if they're like, okay, here's your GPS locator, make sure you have this.
They get $75 out of me once a year, and they're not giving me anything that costs that much money because they're just taking my money. They know that I'm not going to use it, but if I need to use it, I can.
Right, but
if
wouldn't
I
it make
have
their
cell
job
service.
easier if they had a GPS locator?
If
And
I had cell
you just hit that GPS locator. It's like the bat phone, and then all of a sudden a helicopter shows up. Imagine this guy had that. That'd be pretty awesome. Then he wouldn't have to send his friend a picture. What ended up happening?
They ended up getting him because they put it on Facebook. So what happened was, from
the photo, if you look in the background, you can actually see there's a certain texture and pattern to what it looks like. They popped out of the clouds, and he was right there, and it was within 3/4 of a mile of where I'd marked the GPS location.
So he sent it to a friend. The friend got a hold of the sheriff. The sheriff put it on social media, said, everybody share this as much as they can. Hopefully maybe an avid hiker in that area will recognize the terrain and the picture of something. And it worked. Somebody spoke up and said, hey, I think it's here. And that was what happened. They popped out of the clouds with the helicopter and boom, there he goes.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for what you did. I probably wouldn't be here if I was ended up there another day.
It is just such a blessing to have him home and with his family.
How long
Such a good
could you
story.
survive in the woods if you got lost on the hike?
It's really tough. I mean, you can survive a couple of days without water, but that'll kill you first. You got to be able to drink
Why
water.
wouldn't you be able to find water?
Well, drinkable water. I mean, what happens is if you go in and you drink
hiking on the ocean.
if you drink water and you don't have a way to filter it, to use like iodine tablets or to boil it, and you drink it, it'll give you diarrhea, and that'll dehydrate you even faster.
Yeah, but it's not guaranteed to give you diarrhea. I mean, there's a chance that you could just drink the water. Right?
Yeah, running water is the best. Like a running
out.
water is supposed to be the best. Not an expert. I watched some stuff. I watched Survivor Man.
You know, I get
That's what he
beaver
says.
fever.
You get beaver fever, you're done. And I don't know. I bet you I could make it a few days. No problem. If I could find water, I think I could make it a week. I got enough supply here.
Since you fancy yourself such an outdoorsman and you like to spend so much money on your outdoor supplies, I've got the item for you, my friend, coming up. This is amazing. You've got to take this on your camping trip this year.
Are you telling me $300 is too much to spend to save your life if you're out in the woods and you get lost or you get hurt?
I would never buy that.
You would just die.
Yeah, but you buy like cushions that inflate and pots and pans and you buy too much.
I don't buy pots and pans. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you buy. I
You have dreams about me?
I know you buy a lot of things. You have a lot of outdoor gear.
I don't really have as much as you think, but I do have a few things.
Yeah.
I have a few tents.
A few tents.
Well, I have one that connects to a 10x10, which is really cool.
It's too much.
It's called a pod. And then I have, I've only spent
You have a
on all
pod?
that stuff a couple $100. It's not that crazy. I have a little table I can take with me.
Well, you will be.
But I'm not a hiker. I don't
They're
go do
going to
stuff like
love
this.
you. You're going to be the belle of the ball on the next camping trip if you bring along this. I'm going to tell you what it is coming up.
Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
The coolest accessory for your camping trip. A must-have amongst those trying to impress those that they go camping with.
There's a lot of cool stuff you can take camping now.
Since you like to spend $75 a year on a
Insurance policy.
helicopter service, Gucci's selling a new tent, Jeremy.
Oh, I'm not a Gucci tent guy.
$3,500.
Yeah, my tent costs $75.
It has a matching sleeping bag that comes with it for $1,200.
What in the hell?
I'm sorry, if you have just the slightest amount of
Self-respect?
need to rob somebody else, and you're walking through a campground and you see the Gucci tent, aren't you going to be like, I wonder? I know that's a $3,500 tent. What other stuff do they have hiding out in that tent when they're not there?
Okay, yes. I'm not stealing the tent because people that can afford a $3,500 tent to go camping maybe once or twice, maybe once, will just buy a new $3,500 tent. They're not going to buy it from you for, like, if you stole it and tried to sell it to them for $2,000, which some people might be thinking, ooh, I could steal that and probably sell it to get a couple grand for it.
No, I'm not going to take the tent. Gucci says the tent is made in the spirit of exploration. I'm going to take the 2 Rolexes that are in the tent.
What's the tent look like? Is it fancy? I'm going to look it up.
It is a collaboration between, and this is really, I think this does a lot of harm to North Face. It's a collaboration between North Face and Gucci to make the tent.
God, that is the ugliest tent I have ever seen.
Gucci, bro.
What is all the? Oh, it's okay. Now I zoomed in. It's the North Face. What's the inside? I mean, what are you giving me on the inside that is so fancy that I need to spend this kind of money? Is it the material they make it? It's a normal tent.
Yes, it's just the design. That's what you're paying for. The logo,
the North Face,
and the Gucci.
Yeah, it does say Gucci on there too. I see. Huh. It looks like, you know how you look at a Coach purse? I've never understood the Coach thing. It's a bunch of C's. It looks kind of reminds me of that, but it's it's really busy. Gucci, huh? That is laughable.
If you won the lottery,
how many people, if you showed up with your friends and you had a Gucci tent, they would kick your ass.
If you won the lottery, if I won the lottery, I'd buy that, and I'd totally use it as my tent.
Why?
Just because it'd be funny.
Jeff's got a Gucci tent. Jeff won the lottery. He's so rich, he's got a Gucci tent.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, baby, you want to come back to my Gucci
Not
tent?
an RV. You can buy an RV for the price of the tent with the accessories.
Yeah,
you can buy an RV.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it would
be
a used, beat up RV, but you could buy an RV for like $5,000.
A trailer. You could buy a decent trailer or a pop up trailer.
Yes, you could.
And then you could just write Gucci on the side of it. And it would have a kitchen and a table and
but it's not authentic
air
Gucci.
Conditioning.
It's not authentic Gucci. How many of these tents do you think they sell?
How embarrassing is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is like, okay, when you said this, I thought Kardashians, like this is their kind of crap, like this kind of crowd, like the crowd that's always trying to one up their friends and be stylish and all that kind of stuff that has a ton of money to throw away. Oh, we're going to go camping, and then they'll use the tent and give it away.
Will you explain to me the tent with the rooms? What's the purpose of that?
I've been in a tent with rooms. Well, multiple people can stay in it. I stayed in a tent that had 2 rooms. And 2 guys bunked in one, and me and another guy bunked in another.
It's not really a room, though. It's just a...
I mean, there's a flap there. I don't know why there's rooms. Yeah. We used one as like a food storage so animals couldn't get in there. Bears.
In one of the rooms?
Well, not bears, but animals, because bears would go right through a tent. But yeah. And then the other side of it, 2 of us slept in. It was a big L-shaped tent, and it had a wall down the middle. So you could separate
I like
the 2.
Was it a pain in the ass to put up? Because once you start adding rooms and stuff like that, there's extra things that need to go into it.
Yeah, we did it twice, and then we're like, screw this, we're done.
Yeah, I like the one where you it's got like all the poles meet in the middle of the tent, and then you pick it up, and then you just shake it a couple times, and then they all snap into place, and then you set your tent down, and you're ready to go.
That's what my new tent is.
That's
it's really
awesome.
cool. So, like, yeah, it's like I don't even know. It's smaller than a telescope. I mean, it's really small, and then you lay it down, and then it folds out, and then you pull a string, and it's there.
That's so cool.
But my favorite tent is the pods that I was telling you about earlier that connect to a 10x10. And I know you've seen pictures of it. So it's just Walmart sells these for $40, and they pitch onto your 10x10 tent. And I think they're 5 feet high or something like that. So 5.5 feet high. So I can almost fully stand up in it. And they're big and they're roomy and they're only $40, and it connects to a pop-up.
Who are you kidding? You know you can fully stand up in it. Don't say there's almost fully stand up in
Well,
it.
I'm 5'8". I put my head down a little.
5'7 3/4.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.